So with me I have an Acer palm. It needs repotting big time. You can see from the bottom of the roots, it's like an inch thick of roots that's filled through the holes at the drainage. It's still been stuck in its nursery pot. The reason why I feel like it's got potential is because it's showing signs of new active growth, which has got that yellowy green look to it, and that just means it's deprived of nutrients purely because it's been in the same pot, deprived soil for so long. So now I'm gonna tie it up and I'm gonna repot it. So before I do repot it, I'm gonna get a cable tie, and I'm just gonna cable tie. And what this does, keeps everything bunched up so it doesn't get in the way of everything. So now I've got the best job of cutting this pot open to get the roots out. Look at this, proper struggling to get there. It's going to take a lot of time without damaging the roots. Oh my god, wow, all those roots were through these little holes. Right, now that we have depotted it, we're going to try and loosen all those dead roots and place it in its new container. I've gone for like twice the size than it was originally in. Usually go the next size up because it's so overdue for a repot. I decided to plant it in a bigger pot. Just an ordinary black pot with drainage holes at the bottom, and it'll be going in my LO pot, which is recyclable plastics, which is why I like using this brand for my houseplants. So we're now gonna concentrate on repotting. For media, I have used a peat-free compost with a few handfuls of perlite, which will help aerate the soil and prepare itself for drainage so you don't overwater it because it is going inside a pot with no drainage holes. I think this is a good mix, and I like the fact that it's peat-free because it's better for the environment. Even though if you have peat-free soil, don't worry, because palms do like a bit of moisture, but not too much. So let's get to it. I'm going to add a few handfuls for the bottom, just to get it started, to give it a bit of height. There you are. And then place it inside. And then just start filling it in. Just take your time doing this. You want to make sure you distribute the compost all over. Okay, so now that it's done, I can now chop off this cable tie that's holding the foliage in place so it doesn't all get in the way. And I can now start selecting some leaves that need deadheading. So I'll start off with this one. I'm going about an inch or two from the base. You don't want to go too outwards because you're going to have sticks like this poking out. You don't really want that because it's going to become sharp when it dries out. And you don't want it too close because you don't want to harm the plant. This is what I'm getting rid of, crunchy, dead, dying leaves. Let's have a look, see what else I can get rid of. This one here, that's one. Try not to overthink it, just get rid of the obvious dead and dying looking ones. There's quite a lot here. It's starting to look better already. Look at that. Oh, I've got one here. That's quite a large leaf. Try and fold that. Look at that. Don't need that. See how green it looks already. I've got a few here which are not too bad, I guess, but it's only going to get worse. So I'll follow it. It's an old leaf, and the reason why you can tell it's an old leaf is because look how yellow the stems are compared to the fresh ones. It's quite green, so we want to get rid of all of those. Right, so now we've got a happy looking plant in fresh soil. It's got a new pair of shoes to growing. What's the next step? So we want to water this plant in because it's got a lot of space now, a lot of roots to work its way in this big pot. And you can see the stems here are quite mature, deprived of nutrients. It's not looking as green and lush as it should be. So I have my LO watering can, and what I'm going to do here is use a Westland multi-purpose houseplant feed. What I like about this feed, it has this nozzle here, and you just squeeze it and fertiliser rises as you let go. The pressure takes out excess feed, so it gives you the right dosage. I'm also just going to put it straight into the water. I use rainwater for my houseplants because I always find it's lower in pH and it's just better for the soil, so you don't get that white white top layer of the soil where it's from the chlorine. I'm now going to water this in. Just take your time. I'm going to hit the plant's core right in the middle. That's where it's really root bound and that's where it needs the moisture. Let it sink in, then go again. Just water that right in. What this feed will do is just give it a little bit of the boost that it needs, especially now we're coming into spring. And this will hopefully, in a week's time, this time next week, it will be all green and lush and we'll start seeing new growth like this one here. So there you are. How to repot the palm.